Test 1 2. Test 1 2. We good? I think we're good. All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Saturday night. You win and you're in the finals. That's how tonight goes. These two teams, the winner will go play in the finals tomorrow at 11, I believe 11:15, to the Mullet Center at ASU. So short bench tonight. AJ Brand out with a hairline fracture, I was just told, on the wrist last night. So I believe we'll have 8 forwards, 6D. And off the go here, Curry into the corner. He's got Neubauer as his center and Schaefer up front, Stroud and Weinkammer on defense. We'll see if they go 3 lines, 5D or 8 forwards and 6D. We'll see what Coach Coyne has in store for tonight's lineup. At least the fourth or fifth meeting of the year between these two teams. This is AHU in their home uniforms. They are 1-1 as well as the Sun Devils in this tournament. The San Diego Oilers beat the Wave today, so that put themselves into the finals tomorrow. So again, the winner of this game will play the Oilers tomorrow in the finals. Weinkammer takes it in, loses it against the far wall. Now it comes back out to center. Rayhorn just sends it back in, and on the chase comes Gill and Peck. And O'Hearn set center with that set of wings. Rayhorn and Weekly up front. Looks like 5D set up tonight with 9 forwards. Probably Ishu, I would imagine, is going to be up at forward. Sun Devils, like I said, played this team 4 or 5 times. I know we haven't lost, so say 4-0 maybe going into tonight. And here comes Magnus Gill down the left side. In net for the Sun Devils, it's Grayson Argovitz. Chesley with the win last night, 5-0 against the California Wave. Rayhorn tries to keep it in. He does. Flips it back into the corner. A little too far for Gill. Now O'Hearn. O'Hearn takes a bump from AHU Knights defenseman. Now puck comes back out to center. Rayhorn pivots, throws it across, looking for O'Hearn. Too far. It's kept in, though, by Fitzgerald. He chips it over to O'Hearn. Chase O'Hearn, quick shot wide of Boss. We've seen Boss in net several times. Trey Boss, B-A-U-S, is the goaltender for the Knights. Sun Devils in the away uniforms here. The Sun Devils do have 3 uniforms. They were thinking of wearing the black ones, the matinee jerseys tonight, but kids didn't want to. So we're in the away maroon and yellow. Weinkammer, long pass up to Ishu. He's on sides, down the left side. Nice centering pass to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald backhands it just wide of Boss into the far corner, Marvin. So Ishu out there with Marvin and Fitzgerald. Ishu in all alone. Shot saved by Boss again. Boss is a big goaltender, standing at least 6'3" in net for the Knights. Now puck comes around. Link Schwab pinches down, tries to keep it in. He can't. Ishu now back to Grayson Weinkammer, the 2010 defenseman. Over to Marvin. Now backhand out by the Knights, and Weinkammer sends a bouncing puck in on the stick of Boss. He plays it for his defenseman. Sun Devils get the change in. That's Neubauer, Curry, and Schaefer line back out. Puck sent out back to center. Now sent back in by Schaefer. Delay off sides here. Everybody touches up, puck back to center. Neubauer chases down the Knights player, played off the wall by Weinkammer to Schaefer. Schaefer sends it up for Curry, send it up behind him. Curry has to go chase it down in the corner. Curry, physical in the corner. And we have some fog on the glass here. Pretty humid, both of these Gilbert rinks the past couple days here. 1-on-2, shot in wide of Argovitz off the back wall. Stroud, a little too far for Schaefer. Now Olsen regroups with Lawrence for the Knights. Logan Lawrence up to his wing. Now sends it down. That's too far for icing. We'll have a face-off. I believe first face-off for the night. It'll be to our left into the defensive zone for the Knights. Line change brings out the O'Hearn line. So it looks like O'Hearn's going to be centering Gill and Peck tonight. We got the, again, AJ Brandt out at center. So Ishu playing up tonight to fill in that forward slot. 5 defensemen rolling for the Devils. Setup pass here. Peck sent it across to the middle. Is deflected. Rayhorn far top, down low. Bouncing puck for Peck off the wall. Shot blocked. Now into the corner. O'Hearn, long pass, looking all the way across for Rayhorn. Picked off by the Knights. Now sent back in by Gill. Stroud heads to the bench. Weekly comes off. Weekly and Rayhorn on defense now. Now puck comes back out to center. Knights regroup in their own zone. Now centering pass through neutral zone. Poke check by Gill. Leaves it for O'Hearn. O'Hearn in all alone. Save by Bosch. Rebound. Save again on the stick of Gill. Gill poke checked it at the blue line. O'Hearn went in on the breakaway, and Boss had to make 2 saves on O'Hearn and Gill. Now puck's turned over. Schwab has it. Centers it out towards the neutral zone off the bench. The quickest player on the ice for the Knights usually is number 29 right there. Little guy, new jar. Shot in by Gill off the back wall, played by Olsen for the Knights. He winds up behind his net. Plays with it in front now as to retreat behind Boss. Now around the far corner. Bounced over the stick. Picked up by Marbin. He backhands it down low. Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald loses it. Now the Knights again up the wall. They try to chip it out. They can't. Loose puck is going to be grabbed by Fitzgerald. He was hooked. No call. Now bouncing puck back out to Link Schwab. 22 over to number 25, Weekly. Weekly up the right side. Leaves up for Marvin. Marvin takes a bump at the front of the Knights bench, but puck comes back the other way. It's Neujauer for the Knights. Centering pass on the backhand. Shot in. Blocked. Didn't make it to Argovitz. It was blocked by Schwab in front. Now it's Ishu with some speed. He chips it in. Takes a bump from Neujauer. Puck goes in behind Boss. Marvin puts the check on. Now far corner. Fitzgerald, now Ishu. Ishu playing down the corner on his backhand. Sends it out in front off a skate. Didn't make its way over to Marvin. He would have had a backdoor pass and a easy tap in. Now it's center ice. It's Ishu again. Ishu loses it. Tried to go through a few players. Now sent in by Weinkammer and get fresh change here. Gets the Curry, Neubauer, and Schaefer group back out there. Schaefer playing in front of the net with the defenseman for the Knights. Knights have nowhere to go on this breakout. Good forecheck by Neubauer. Now a puck all the way across. Comes out to center. It's a 3-on-2. Dumped in by the Knights behind Argovitz. Loose puck now picked up by number 12, Neubauer. Neubauer through center with some good speed here. Schaefer is going to have to hold on. He drags his foot, stays on side. Neubauer down the left corner. He's got Curry out in front if he can get it to him. Now up top to Stroud. Didn't make it. And Knights come back the other way. It's into the corner. Now chipped out by Weinkammer. Now back in by the Knights. Weinkammer and Stroud get tangled up. Puck gets sent back in behind Argovitz. Into the fog, into the glass, into the corner. The Knights try to come out with it. Stroud with the hit. Takes the puck away. Leaves it for Weinkammer. Weinkammer up the wall. Schaefer couldn't keep it in. Bouncing puck in on Argovitz. He's going to tie it up here, and we'll have a face-off inside the Sun Devils' end. 7:10 just underway here. Well, halfway through the first. No score. Shots are 4-2 in favor of the Knights. Back and forth to begin here. First game of the day for the Sun Devils. I believe the Knights may have had a game this morning. Some of the teams played 2 yesterday, 1 today, and some 1 yesterday and 2 today. Face-off rolled in on Argovitz. Covers it up. We'll do it again. Face-off. O'Hearn. Knights win it off the draw. Low to high. Shot in. Wide of Argovitz. He didn't see it, but it didn't hit the net either. O'Hearn in the corner. Takes the body. Rayhorn digs it up the wall. And Gill plows through Olsen at the point. Puck pushed out to center. Gill fights for it. Now it rolls back into the Knights' end. They go D to D off the stick and in on Boss. He has to cover it up in the paint. Ishu's line takes the ice. Marvin and Fitzgerald. Weekly and Rayhorn face off to the right of Boss. Ishu lines up at the dot. Wins it back. Marvin lost it in his skate. Back out to Weekly. Weekly just chucks it back in. Everybody touches up on sides. Fitzgerald chases behind the net, able to take it away. He's got Ishu in front. One time he misses. It comes up top. And now a shot by Weekly was deflected off the back glass. Marvin fighting for it in the corner. Puck chipped around the back wall in far corner. Fitzgerald. Loose puck in front. Marvin trying to get a stick on it. Now it's sent back up the wall again on the far side. Chipped up, kept in. Oh, just over the stick of Weekly. And here come the Knights. 2-on-1. Wide angle shot. Argovitz holds his ground on the post and puts it into his glove, and we'll get a line change. Face off to the right of Argovitz. 6:02 left to go in the first. Shots almost even. 5-4 Sun Devils. Face off. Neubauer, Curry, and Schaefer are your forwards. Curry over the defensive blue line, trying to push it forward. Got 3 Knights on him. Couldn't quite get it in. Neubauer retreats with Schwab. They play catch. Schwab now up to Curry. Curry swings through the middle over the blue line. Neubauer going down the middle. Curry around on his backhand behind the wall. Takes a bump. Holds it up. And taken away by the Knights. Now through center. Knights down the far wall. Pass in front off a skate. Deflects up top. Lawrence just sends it in the far wall. Now Neubauer is going to take it. Neubauer with some pressure. Gets it to the blue line. Curry on his backhand again. Trying to pull it through a couple players. And loose puck now. Neubauer picks it up. Spins around far corner up top to the line camera. Quickly back down low. Curry. Curry shot. Just off the glove, I believe, of Boss, and off the glass. Now it comes near side. Knights try to flip it out, and secondary effort gets it to center. Neubauer for the Knights. Centering pass taken away by Schwab. Schwab up to Curry through his legs. Oh, the Knights back in their own zone. They lose it. O'Hearn fresh off the bench. Has it in the corner. Getting some help from Gill. And now it's swatted out by the Knights. It's a 2-on-2 from left to right. Shot blocked into the corner. Knights have it off the corner. Pass out center, backhanded in front. And Weinkammer's had it in his skates and kicks it up to Peck, who's now to Gill. Gill left side. Pulls it inside. Loses it. Stays with it in the corner. Physical. Takes a bump. Stroud pinches down left side. Physical play picking up here now. Up top, O'Hearn pulls it in, had some space, just poked, checked away, shot in and into the glove of Boss. Rayhorn's shot a little high, but take the whistle. Offensive zone face-off here for the Sun Devils. 3:51 to go, no score. Game 3 of the tournament here Saturday night. Winner will play tomorrow against the San Diego Oilers at the Mullet. Face-off, Ishu. Fitzgerald up top. Rayhorn sends it down low. Bouncing puck. Marvin couldn't get a stick on it. Now the Knights defenseman loses it in the corner to Ishu. Marvin up top. Rayhorn quickly sends it back down low to Ishu. Ref right in the middle of all the activity in the corner. Marvin now. Marvin, one-on-one. Fitzgerald swoops in, backdoor pass. Oh, and Ishu missed an entirely open net. I don't think he was ready for that pass. It was a tremendous pass by Fitzgerald. Backhanded it to Ishu, and the Knights goalie, Boss, had no idea where it was. Ishu again in the corner, up top to Rayhorn. He walks to center. Stroud, shot blocked, tipped in front, and now it's chipped out by the Knights. Rayhorn fakes up one wall, comes up the near side to Marvin. Ishu's driving the middle, shot passed off a skate, didn't get in. Now the Knights have it through center. They chip it in to the left of Argovitz. Weekly's back for it. 2:38 to go here in the first period. Off the bench, Curry pinches down the wall. Now it's sent up and out. Knights have it at center. Olsen for the Knights. Sends it in. Bouncing puck behind Argovitz. Onto the stick of Rayhorn. He turned it over. Shot in on Argovitz. He made the save. Another shot. 2 turnovers by the Sun Devils in the corner, and Argovitz was there for both of them. Olsen and Lawrence regroup here for the Knights. They come up the near wall. Lindsay back now to Lawrence. Lawrence gains the red line, keeps going, takes a bump from Neubauer. Got Neubauer and Newjar tonight. Now back out to center, Olsen to Lawrence, and he sends it in. That's offsides. It's waved off and then called again by the far line ref. So offsides, face off down to our left. No score here, 1:45 to go in the first period. That Neubauer, Curry, and Schaefer line will stay out with Weekly and Schwab at defense. Neubauer wins the faceoff up to Weekly. Weekly on his forehand, almost ran out of space, leaves it for Curry. Curry tried to find Neubauer in the middle. Now it's turned over and the Knights come back up towards the blue line. Kept in by Weekly, sent back in behind Boss into the near corner. Curry's in there first. Puck rolls up the near wall. Neubauer keeps it in, finds Curry. Curry tried to pull it in, just lost it. And now the puck's flipped up all the way down. No offsides and no icing. It was both, but they let it both go. Stick goes flying into the air behind Argovitz. Now Neubauer dumps it in. All forwards go for a change here, so Knights will have an easy breakout as Sun Devils in the middle of a change. With some speed comes Olsen for the Knights. He sends it in and his group changes up. So all 10 players on the ice get a change in there, and 43 seconds left in the first. No score. Puck flipped out to center over the stick of Gill and back the other way by the Knights. Newjauer sends it in. He should be icing. Nope, waved off. Weinkammer into the corner, reverses to Stroud. Stroud up to O'Hearn. O'Hearn through center. It's around 2 players, poke checked. Now all alone with 19 seconds left on the near wall. He's hauled down, no call. Now it's a 2-on-2 for the Knights. Gill on the back check. Poke check there by Weinkammer. Stroud into the corner. 8 seconds. Gill up, looking for Peck. Went through his stick, and right here the buzzer goes as O'Hearn looking to sneak away on a backdoor breakaway. No score after 1 period. There'll be no ice cuts. We'll get right back at it here in just a moment. Back for the second period, Ishu at center with Fitzgerald and Marbin. Everybody switched ends. Argovitz to our left, Trey Boss to our right. Trying to do my homework and find out how many times these teams have played. This might be the 6th time. I know one of the AHU games was the silver team, or the white team, whatever one this is not. Shot off the post of Argovitz. Now puck back out to center. No score underway here in the second period. Puck sent again in behind Argovitz. Rayhorn's back for it. Tries to get it up the wall to Fitzgerald. Now reverse to Schwab, up to Ishu. He backhands it up and out. That was actually Marbin up to Ishu. Centering pass, Marbin, or Fitzgerald. Everybody was crossed over there. It was Ishu to Fitzgerald in front. Another wide open net. Couldn't bury it. Got a delayed call coming up here. And physical activity. Max Stroud getting into it in the corner. There was a penalty back at center ice here. I believe it was on the Sun Devils, and we'll see what else comes with it. Sun Devil doors open. AJ Brandt manning the penalty box door with the injury. So Stroud goes to the box with Lindsay, and I believe there might be an initial call here, which the refs are trying to figure out. I believe it'll be 5-on-4, power play for the Knights, and then the matching call with Stroud and Lindsay. We'll see what we got here. So cross check and a rough on the Sun Devils, and a cross check, maybe a rough as well. Maybe 5-on-5 here. Let's see. Got some young refs here tonight. Faceoff's going to come inside the Sun Devils' end. So the Knights end up with a power play here. So Stroud picks up the extra penalty. So it'll be 5-on-4 Knights power play, face off to the left of Argovitz. So a double minor going to Stroud and just a minor penalty to Lindsay for the Knights. So power play, Knights, centering pass, almost a chance there for the Knights to get the power play goal. So Knights cross-checking, and then Stroud picks up the cross-checking and the rough. Power play opportunity here for the Knights. In on Argovitz, shot wide of the net. It comes all the way up through Lawrence back to center. He'll regroup with Neubauer on the power play here. Neubauer on the forecheck. Neubauer and Curry up front. Weinkammer and Weekly. Long pass up. Knights have it just inside and onside. Shot flicked into the corner. Curry's going to get there first. Chips it up and out to Neubauer. Now Neubauer by himself down the left side. Just going to hold it into the corner. Sun Devils get 3 changed out. Ben now dumps it in the corner, and he'll go for the change. So we've got Schaefer and O'Hearn at forward now with Rayhorn and Schwab. And Rayhorn just sends it back left to right. Boss out of his net to play it. 40 seconds left on the penalty to Stroud. Shot in. Schaefer battling on the penalty kill. So the refs did this wrong because Stroud cannot come out of the box here. Since he has a double minor, they should have had someone sitting him. So he'll need a whistle after another 2 minutes. Now it's chipped out. Another opportunity there for the Knights. So the Sun Devils get that back their player. It's going to be Peck. He's on the ice, 5-on-5. So Lindsay's out for the Knights. Stroud has to sit the rest of his 2 minutes out of the 4, so he'll need a whistle somewhere around the 9:55 mark. Back to 5-on-5, face off to the right of Trey Boss. It's going to be O'Hearn, Peck, and Gill, Weekly, and Weinkammer. No score here. Shots pretty low, 8-7. Weinkammer sends it in the corner, goes in behind Boss. O'Hearn takes it out, spins out of the corner. You're looking to find Weinkammer, but he made a pass to Gill. Gill lost it on the spin around. Now it comes back out to Weekly. Weekly backpedals looking for an option. It's Peck through the center. He gets poke check. Weekly again has to take it, and he'll retreat back to Weinkammer. Weinkammer tried to move it up. It's taken away, and then Nargovitz pushes the net off the post. The refs haven't called it down yet. And now they do, as the left post came off its moorings. Possibly on purpose. Goalies know how to do that once in a while. That gets a face-off and a line change. And Schwab and Rayhorn come out with AHU at center. And he's centering Fitzgerald and Marvin. So face-off to the right of Argovitz. 11:16 to go. Face-off won by the Knights. They can't control it. It's sent out. Long pass all the way across to Marvin. Marvin left side. AHU coming down the middle. Marvin poke checked into the corner. Rowan Marvin on the far wall, taken away by the Knights. Now Schwab to Rayhorn, nicely up to AHU. He's hooked, and we got a delayed call coming up here on the Knights as AHU is hauled down. So it's going to be a tripping call, and we'll see the first power play of the night for the Sun Devils. Stroud still hanging out in the box. He needs a whistle after about 9:55. O'Hearn at center. Let's see, this power play group is going to be O'Hearn, Marvin, and AHU on the right in the fog. Weinkammer and Fitzgerald up top. Face-off controlled by Weinkammer. Over to Fitzgerald. AHU near side. Weinkammer, quick shot, wide of Boss off the back wall. O'Hearn retrieves it, tries to send it up to Fitzgerald, too far. And Weinkammer comes back into his own end. He'll hold up here. Now he comes up the near side, leaves it for Fitzgerald. 1:34 on the power play. Off the skate of AHU and sent back the other way by the Knights. Weinkammer regroups near side Marvin. Marvin down the right side. Sun Devils trying to set it up. Weinkammer tried to keep it in, and now AHU does. He slides across. Sun Devils not able to set up the power play here. Now it's kept in by Weinkammer. He batted that one right out of the air. Now in the snow, Fitzgerald digs it out. Weinkammer, AHU shot in on Boss, save. O'Hearn behind Boss, centering pass taken away by the Knights. They just backhand it down, and that part of that group will get off. The three forwards. That's going to be Neubauer, Curry, and Gill for that second power play group. AHU over the line, holds up. Rayhorn gets the change with Weinkammer. Rayhorn up top. Now AHU gets off as well. So it's Weekly on the right on the blue line, holds it in. He's got some space. Rayhorn back up to Weekly. Traffic in front, shot in, and Boss covers it up. 22 seconds left on the power play. Only one shot attempt so far has made its way in on Boss. Stroud's out of the box, so he's back in the mix, and we'll have 22 seconds left on the power play. So it's Gill, Curry, and Neubauer, and then up top it's Weekly and Rayhorn. Neubauer lines up, Curry circles in behind. Puck goes behind Boss, ricochets all the way around off the glass, and the Knights able to backhand it out. They get an opportunity here. Is shot in wide of Argovitz and comes all the way up top to Curry. Leaves it for Neubauer. Now Neubauer takes it out of his skates through center. 4 seconds left on the power play. Down low to Gill. Gill centering pass off a skate. Weekly. Knights back at full strength here. 5-on-5 behind the net. Curry Stick checks one player, sends it up over the stick of Gill, and the Knights come back the other way over the blue line, and they dump it in. Weekly back for it. Weekly takes a bump, centering pass taken away by Rayhorn, flipped up to Gill. Gill and Curry through the neutral zone. Gill sends it in, wide of Boss, Curry into the near corner. He takes a bump. Now it's sent back the other way. Should be an icing call if it gets there. It does. So we'll have another icing call and a face-off inside the Knights end. 9:14 or 8:14 to go. Second period, no score. Five on five. AHU at center, Marvin left, Fitzgerald right, Weinkammer and Schwab up top. Weinkammer down low, looking for that setup play. Comes all the way around the backside. Loose puck sent out in front, taken away by the Knights. They just flip it up and out, back to center. Weinkammer up quickly to Fitzgerald. He dumps it in. AHU races down. He's going to get there first. Tries to tuck it away from one of the Knights defensemen. Now backhanded up, kept in by Weinkammer. Pulls it off the wall, shot in through traffic, loose in front. Swatted away by the Knights and up and out. Back to center. Weinkammer with some pressure, sends it up the wall. Marvin gets a stick on it over the blue line. He just chips it in behind the net. AHU centering pass, looking for Fitzgerald. Deflected wide. Now back out to center. Stroud. Bounce past Marvin. He just chips it in. And Fitzgerald put some pressure on the Knights defenseman. They send it back out. Max Stroud has it center. Around one player. He sends it in on. Sun Devils will get a change here. It's going to be a little confusion off the bench, but it's going to be the Schaefer's out there with Neubauer, and Curry now will come out for Fitzgerald. Stroud behind the net, up centering pass to Curry. Curry through center. Chips it up the wall, takes a bump, tries to drag it through. A few players can't. Knights take it away again here from right to left. Poke check, and nice stand up there by Stroud. He put a good check in on the center, at center ice on the captain of the Knights. Curry in the corner with Rayhorn. They push it up the wall. Neubauer off of his pads, leaves it from Schaefer. Corbin Schaefer, red line, dumps it in. Rolls in behind Boss. He stops it behind the net, leaves it for a defenseman. And into the fog we go. Two or three players tied up here on the wall. And the Knights again able to come out with it. Sticks getting up here on both sides. Now Neubauer dances into the zone. Shot in on Boss. Makes a save. Rebound taken away by the Knights. They flip it up and kept in by Weekly. Now puck's turned over. Corbin was hooked as he went for the puck. The ref's arms up. And now more activity after the whistle as O'Hearn was going at it. But there's going to be a call here on the Knights. It'll be a tripping call as Schaefer would have had a breakaway, but he was tripped up. So we'll see Lindsay go to the box for the Knights, and a face-off and power play will start up here in the Knights' end with 5:44 to go. No score, second period, game 3 of the Thanksgiving shootout. O'Hearn at center, Marvin and Fitzgerald over by the Zamboni door. Up top, Weinkammer and AHU. Puck sent up and just out through the skates of Weinkammer. He gives it to AHU. AHU winds up. AHU down the left side, takes a bump into the corner, played nicely by the Knights. They send it up off the wall and out. 1:40 to go on the power play for the Sun Devils. Weinkammer has it behind Argovitz. Leaves it towards the center for Fitzgerald. Trent Fitzgerald leaves it for Marvin, a little too far. Now Lawrence takes it and spins it out all the way back out of his net. Comes Argovitz. He's going to play it. Backhands it out of trouble to Weinkammer. 1:15 left in the power play. AHU behind Argovitz now. Winds up. AHU over the red line. Left side. Holds up And Sun Devils set up the power play here. Weinkammer shot in on traffic. It was tipped just over the left corner of the net. And now back up top, AHU keeps it in. A little behind Weinkammer. He sends it down low. It's going to come to O'Hearn. He comes all the way back up the other side. Nobody there as AHU is switching sides. Sun Devils will get power play 2 out here. Now Curry, Neubauer, and Sun Devils finish up that change here. Gill as well with Rayhorn and Weekly. Gill into the corner. Puck comes up off the glass, kept in by Weekly, and now it's chipped up. It kept in again. Weekly down the left side, trying to find Neubauer on the back door. Weekly spins up top, leaves it for Gill. Gill ducks under a check, shot in over the net off the glass, and kept in by Rayhorn up top. Rayhorn, slap shot, Curry blocked in front. Gill behind the net. He's pushed into the wall. That's going to be from behind. And Gill is going to be hit to the head, possibly a 2-10 head contact. We'll see what the call is. Regardless, Sun Devils will stay on the power play as Lindsay had just gotten out of the box for the Knights, and Olsen's going to go right back in. Head contact, 2-10. So Olsen's gone for 10. The Knights will need to put another player in the box here. Sun Devils will have the power play. That group's going to stay out. Neubauer, looks like Neubauer, Gill, and Curry. Weekly near side up on the point. Rayhorn over by the Sun Devil bench. Into the corner. Curry and Gill come out with it. Up top. Weekly and Rayhorn play catch. Weekly up top again now. Over to Rayhorn. Rayhorn looking to find Neubauer possibly on the back door. Gill shot in, blocked. Comes back around to Neubauer. Neubauer up top to Weekly. Weekly. Rayhorn. Somebody's going to get in front of the net. Coach is yelling, get some traffic in front. Gill shot off the glove of Boss and now backhanded out by the Knights. Rayhorn winds up with it. Thinks about leaving it. Does. He leaves it for Weekly. Weekly tries to get it in. He does. Curry centering pass. Cross. Oh, and O'Hearn just couldn't get the shot off. And here's an opportunity for the Knights. Weekly got a stick there just in time. Now O'Hearn back for it. 55 seconds left on the power play. Marvin over the line. Marvin holds up. Off the bench comes Fitzgerald. AHU and Weinkammer. Up top, Weinkammer. Plenty of space. Shot blocked and out to center come the Knights. That puck was rising quick, but it was blocked by the Knights player there on the penalty kill. Now it's Tepany. He tries to get a shot off. Stick checked by Fitzgerald. Puck thrown around again. Now taken away by the Knights. Saved by Argovitz. AHU. Long pass up and deflected off the stick of Logan Lawrence into the Sun Devil bench. 10 seconds left on the power play. 1:54 left in the period. No score. Faceoff will be just outside the Knights' end in front of the Sun Devil bench. Neubauer, Curry, and Schaefer are the forwards. It's Stroud and Schwab on defense. Schwab chips up the wall, and Schaefer sends it in deep. Curry first on the forecheck. Spun around the near wall, and up and out by the Knights. Schwab loses it behind the net. Centered pass, and now comes up top. A slap shot attempt didn't get through. Stroud behind Argovitz. Backhands it up the near wall. Curry tries to chip it out. Now kept in by Lawrence, shot in, and Argovitz gloves it down and leaves it right in front, and Stroud took it away. Knights here with some pressure, centering pass, and now Curry able to take it 2-on-2 with Schaefer. Curry right side, shot in on off the blocker of Boss. Now sent in deep by Neubauer. He goes for the change. O'Hearn off the bench. Now O'Hearn sends it in, and Curry and Schaefer will finish up the change, and out comes Peck with Gill. Loose puck now picked up by the Knights. They send it in around Argovitz. It goes far corner. Weekly is hooked. Stick check, centered out in front, and dangerous play there. Another chance for the Knights. Now the Knights send it in. They're offsides. They're going to have to touch up here, and they do. Out comes Stroud. Stroud bounce passes, looking for O'Hearn. It's going to be an icing call. Five on five. Face off inside the Sun Devils' end. AHU at center. He's got Marvin and Fitzgerald out of the wings. Puck comes all the way around up to Marvin. Now Fitzgerald looking to find AHU, taken away by the Knights. Now it comes back the other way right at the end of the period. And after 2 periods, no score here in the all-important third game of this tournament. Winner will play tomorrow in the finals. Third period underway here, just about 15 minutes on the clock. AHU at center with Marvin and Fitzgerald. Weekly and Rayhorn, and behind them is Argovitz. Turnover. AHU shot in. He had the near top area of the net open. Saved by Boss. That was probably the best chance of the night for the Sun Devils. And back through center. Rayhorn backhands it to Marvin. Marvin Mohawks through center. Now down the right side. Rowan Marvin back around. Tries to backhand it up to Rayhorn. He couldn't get it there. And now Reinhardt and Marvin get tangled up. No whistles. Marvin chips it up the wall. And Fitzgerald able to poke it through. He's got AHU on the 2-on-1. AHU shot and just couldn't pull the trigger there as Lucas had another open net and just misfired on that one. Net came off its moorings. We'll have a face-off inside the Knights' end. 14:07 to go, no score. Neubauer, Schaefer, and Curry, Schwab, and Weinkammer. Neubauer on the draw, wins it up. Weinkammer backhands it down to Curry. Curry sends it around. Neubauer over to chase it down, and up and out. Played by Schwab at center, and he sends it back in. Curry's going to go down on the forecheck again. Now it's sent out. Schwab back for it. Sends it forward again. Everyone touches up on sides. Puck flipped back out to center. Curry flips it forward. Knights go D to D in their zone, up through center. And the red line and in. Puck bounces in behind to Schwab. He backhands it far side. And now Curry able to create the turnover. Send a nice pass up to Neubauer. Neubauer to Schaefer. Schaefer in all alone. Rebound, save by Boss, and the second one just went wide. Another opportunity there for the Sun Devils. Peck up top. Weinkammer shot over the head of Boss off the glass. It's sitting right by the net. Several chances here for the Sun Devils. Just need one. And now in the corner, Max Stroud. One-on-one. Peck in there to help out as well. And the Knights come out with it. Send it out in front. And Weinkammer able to kick it out. Now the other way from right to left is Slick Peck. All by himself, 1-on-2. Pulls a toe drag. He's hauled down, and it's going to be a penalty coming up again on the Knights. It'll be on number 93, Logan Lawrence, for the trip. So another power play coming up here for the Sun Devils. This is a big one. 12:34 to go in the third. No score. And it's going to be Marvin. Let's see. No, it's going to be Neubauer, Curry, and Gill, the forwards. On defense, Weekly and Rayhorn. Face off to the left of Boss. Ref's ready to drop it here. Neubauer in on the face-off. Puck comes up. The bouncing puck comes up to Weekly. Keeps it in. Eludes one player. Sends it across to Rayhorn. Shot in. Saved by Boss. It was loose out in front. Rayhorn hit from behind. Gill behind the net. Centering pass to Curry. Curry. Another save by Boss as Gill found Curry in the slot. Now Rayhorn up top. Weekly. Weekly down to Neubauer. Now the puck comes back out the other way. There's a chance there for the Knights. He didn't see the open streaking forward, and Argovitz out of his net leaves it for Rayhorn. 1:25 left on the power play for the Sun Devils, and Rayhorn out of his own end leaves it for Neubauer. Neubauer with speed over the blue line, right side. Up top to Weekly. Rayhorn centering pass. Curry wide of the net. Got the shot off just wide of Boss. Now Rayhorn again. Sun Devils patient. Gill in front of the net, causing some havoc. Quick little move by Neubauer on the far side. Centering pass and trying to find Rayhorn. Everyone's tight in on Boss. He keeps making these saves. Puck's loose. And now it's sent up and out by the Knights with 44 seconds left in the power play. Lots of chances there. Couldn't put it home just yet. Weekly for Gill. Gill, long pass up to O'Hearn. O'Hearn over the line. They set up. O'Hearn, Marvin, Fitzgerald, Ishu. Marvin, O'Hearn, and Ishu. And then on defense, Weinkammer. Now the Knights have it. Weinkammer's back on defense, and Turner just dumps it in. Argovitz out of his net. He plays it. Knights get in there first. 6 seconds left on the power play. Fitzgerald sends it down low. Ishu, he reverses all the way around the far corner to Weinkammer. Penalties expired, 5-on-5. It's Fitzgerald up to O'Hearn. O'Hearn had to hold up. He plays it back for Weinkammer. And Weinkammer sends it in, rings it around the far side, off the benches. Sun Devils getting 3 out of the 5 changed up. Off the bench now it's Schaefer and Neubauer again. Shot in off the glove, I believe, of Argovitz. 10 minutes to go in the third period. No score. Centering pass, looking for Neubauer through center. Taken away by the Knights. They send it back in. Argovitz plays it for Schwab. Schwab, long pass. Schaefer off of his skate, swatted back out by the Knights. Schwab going back for Stroud. His pass is blocked. Stroud tries to chip it out. He can't. Kept in by the Knights. Now it goes into the corner. Reinhardt for the Knights. Centering pass. Didn't make it off a skate. Schaefer backhands it the other way. Taken away by the Knights. Out of the corner. Shot. And wide of Argovitz off the back wall. This time Schwab sends it up. Kept in by Hines, but taken away by Schaefer. Knights are offsides. They touch up. Back in they go on the forecheck. Schwab back for it for the Knights. He sends it up near wall. Schaefer. Schaefer on the near wall trying to dig it out. Get some help from Neubauer. Now Neubauer, D to D behind the net to Stroud. Stroud up to Curry. Curry walks it out through center. Red line, chips it in. Bouncing puck in on Voss is one of those you don't want to have as a goalie. Bounced about 5 feet in front of him, but he able to gobble it up. Gobble, gobble. Turkey shootout, 8:53 to go. In the third, no score. It's going to be O'Hearn, Gill, and Peck, Rayhorn, and Weekly. Rayhorn up, looking for Peck. Peck and Gill are off sides. Delayed call here. Now back out to center. Knights have it the other way. They come down the left side. Here's a chance. O'Hearn back on the back check. Centering pass just wide of Argovitz. He didn't have to touch it. It just missed the far post. Now back around it goes. Rayhorn backhands it up to Gill. Gill chips it. Not out. Back down it goes. Rayhorn again behind the net. Weekly. This time Weekly sends it up off the stick of Peck. Now Peck's going to get called for a roughing as he hit one of the Knights players from behind as the puck was coming out of the zone. So power play coming up for the Knights. Peck to the box. Penalty killers are going to be Fitzgerald and Marvin. Stroud and Weinkammer. Knights fans getting active here. The power play opportunity. No score. 8:11 to go in the third. They win the faceoff. And set up the power play on the far wall. Down low. Peck gets the cross-checking call. 2 minutes. 2-minute minor. Not much movement on this power play. It's down in the corner. Nobody in front of the net. Up top to Lawrence. He dishes it off. Now Lawrence back up top again. Backhands it to Neubauer. He's going to put it in on net. Argovitz glove save, and then it fell out, but Stroud sends it all the way down. Voss comes out of his net, leaves it for Neubauer. And Knights on their power play left to right. Taken away at center by Ishu. He loses his footing, and back the other way comes Tepany for the Knights. He sets up on that far wall. They go low to high. Down into the corner. Now up top. Lawrence, plenty of space. Shot in. Saved by Argovitz. Rebound. Another shot. Centering. Came through center. No one was there. Lawrence back up top again. Knights. Fans want a player in front, and Ishu able to get a stick on it. Knights fans looking for have a player in front. No activity near Argovitz, and Knights just have to play it around the wall. 40 seconds left on the penalty to Peck. Sun Devils get the line change before Maroon players out there. Schwab and Ishu, Neubauer and Rayhorn. Won by the Knights. They come up top. Ishu tried to poke check it away. Knights have a chance here. Shot blocked by Rayhorn, and out to center it comes. Neubauer leaves it for Schwab. Now back over to Rayhorn. Bounce pass up all the way down. It's not going to be an icing call. Peck still in the box, 20 more seconds. Now the Knights through center. Held up nicely by Neubauer. Now Ishu trying to create a turnover here and an offense chance. Couldn't pull it through. Lindsay now for the Knights. Lindsay trying to center it. Penalties expired. Peck's out. Curry's on. And we're back to 5-on-5. 6:08 to go. Not many shots in this one. 13-17 so far. Just over 6 minutes to go. Schaefer's line. Let's see. Neubauer at center with Schaefer and Curry. Into the corner, Stroud. Back behind the net, Weekly. Tries to go up the wall. Now Schaefer Takes the pass up off the skate of Neubauer. Neubauer leaves it for Curry and back to Neubauer. Neubauer holds up far wall. Up top to Max Stroud. He shovels it forward. Schaefer and Curry. Kept in again by Schaefer. He sends it, rings it around the far side. Curry back for it. Holds it up. Neubauer comes in. Neubauer, low to high, up top to Weekly. Through traffic. Fluttering shot blocked in front. And now Stroud up. Schaefer and Curry on a 2-on-1 almost chipped away by the Knights. Now Schaefer again, he backhands it in. O'Hearn got a change in. He's out there. Curry and Schaefer will have to finish up the change here. Puck tied up in front of the Sun Devil bench. Now the Knights near side. Poked in by Lawrence. Puck rolls behind Argovitz. And Weekly leaves it Stroud. Stroud all the way across to Curry. Curry's all alone right side. Chips it in, goes for the change. Puck rolls in on Boss. He covers it up. And we'll have a face-off in the Knights' end. 4:37 to go. Still no score. O'Hearn, Gill, and Peck. Both teams, I believe, do have a timeout. Weinkammer and Schwab. Now the Knights come left to right. 2-on-1. Weinkammer's back. Shot through traffic. Played by Argovitz. Saved into the corner. O'Hearn pushes it up. Kept in by Lawrence. Now behind the net, Schwab. Around. Gill gets it out. Olsen regroups with Lawrence. Now Olsen sends it in. Schwab. 4 minutes to go. Now a centering pass. O'Hearn loses it off a skate kept in by the Knights. And now back into the corner. Schwab goes down for it. Puck goes behind Argovitz. Picked up by Weinkammer. And another turnover. Shot in on Argovitz. He had to make a left pad save there. This time it's rung around into the netting with 3:37 to go. Face off to the left of Argovitz. And shot in. It's deflected, bouncing in front. Argovitz gloves it up. Another face-off coming up to the left of Argovitz. 3:32 to go. Puck comes behind Argovitz, picked up by Rayhorn. Rayhorn up off the glass and off the backside of Fitzgerald. Rayhorn across Marbin off of his stick. Puck's just bouncing everywhere and not in any good direction right now. And that's offsides, I believe. Delayed offsides. Yep, offsides. Face off at center here, right here in front of us. 3:12 to go. AHU at center, Marbin and Fitzgerald. Rayhorn and Stroud. Stroud has it. Long pass over to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald 3-on-2 with Marbin. Marbin shot in, almost caught Boss off guard, but just missed the net. Now a centering pass, didn't quite make it. Played off the back wall by the Knights, loose in front. It's banging around in front and right in on the post. Boss able to hold his ground on the far post, and we'll have a face-off to his left. 2:54 to go. That line will stay out. AHU, Marbin, and Fitzgerald. AHU at the face-off dot. Wins it back. Rayhorn, quick shot in. Didn't make it. Blocked by the Knights. They backhanded up the wall. Kept in by Rayhorn. Now it's 2-on-1 down low. out of the corner. Fitzgerald put it in on net, and quick whistle by the ref. That net again keeps coming off on that back left post. Another face-off here. AHU will have to win another one. He does. Wins it into the corner. And shot in and off the side of the net, off the back wall. Now AHU behind on his backhand. Down low, Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald trying to find AHU out in front, and a shot in, blocked. It's kicked around, and again covered up by Boss. Is a lot of shot attempts, but a lot of blocks as well by the Knights. 2:22 left to go, 2:22 in the third. Still no score. Winner goes to the finals in the morning. AHU again at center, wins another one, back to Marbin. Marbin, Stroud, down to Fitzgerald, and that centering pass was taken away by the Knights. They chip it back out to center. Tepany sends it in, and back behind Argovitz goes Max Stroud. Stroud behind the net, reverses it, Rayhorn. Rayhorn looking for the long pass, goes from Marbin, kept in by the Knights. Rayhorn now reverses other side. Stroud up to Fitzgerald. AHU through the center. Pulls it through one player, two players. Shot in. Another save by Boss. A glove save on AHU. 1:45 left to go. Trey Boss standing on his head here late for the Knights. He's turned away all 22 shots so far. Neubauer, Schaefer, and Curry. Neubauer wins it. Puck comes to center, and Schaefer tried to get a stick on it. He does at center. This time flips it back in. Glove down by Lawrence. Centered up through the neutral zone to Reinhardt. Reinhardt down the left side. Curry came across. Took out Reinhardt as he drove the net. Now again, Tepany shot in. Argovitz made the save. He didn't know where the rebound was. Now Schaefer backhands it up to Neubauer. Now Curry. Curry over the line, tried to pull it through one player and taken away by the Knights. Knights over the blue line. Nice play by Link Schwab on the one-on-one. Weekly up to Schaefer. And Neubauer gets a good stick on it, chips it back out to center. 54 seconds left in the third. No score. Logan Lawrence for the Knights down the right side into the corner. Round it goes to Weekly. Weekly one-on-one in the corner. AHU in to help out. Weekly tries to push it up. Curry backhands it up and into the rafters, and that'll give us a whistle inside the Sun Devil end with 36 seconds to go, 36.2. Line change, Marvin, Fitzgerald, and AHU at center. Stroud and I believe Rayhorn in the corner, or Weinkammer in the corner. Fitzgerald quickly up to a streaking Marvin. He couldn't quite get there. It's going to be icing. The pass was just a little too far. Good chance to break out. Another face-off to the right of Argovitz. Not sure what the format is for overtime if we get there, but any sort of win is okay to get to tomorrow morning. I don't know what a tie does if there is no overtime. AHU, hoping that doesn't happen. Through two players, shot in, another save by Boss. AHU trying to put another one past Boss. Boss has been there every time. 11.9 to go. We'll have a face-off now. AHU at center. Centering pass, shot in, wide of the net, and Boss again kicks that net off its post with 4.7 to go. Coming into this game, I know the Sun Devils had a 4-goal differential after all teams were tied up in the standings. Everybody was 1-1 heading into the third game of the tournament, and the Sun Devils did have a 4-goal differential advantage, so not sure how the format is, but we will find out here shortly. AHU steps in, puck's dropped, and Knights are just gonna send it up and out. And it looks like both teams know there's extra activity here for overtime. Maybe a 3-on-3, or maybe 5-minute sudden death. At least we'll get a winner. So just a minute up on the clock here for the break. See if I can find the tournament format online. So it'll be 3-on-3, and then if needed, a shootout. So those three coming out for the Sun Devils: Marvin, AHU, and Fitzgerald. And it'll be 5 minutes on the board. So right off the draw here, Sun Devils control it. 3-on-3, and Rayhorn moved it up to Fitzgerald. Now AHU over the blue line and whistled down as Fitzgerald was just offside. Knights fans were calling that one as well. Face off again, won by Sun Devils. Rayhorn regroups. Possession of the puck is so important here on this overtime 3-on-3. AHU down the right side, pulls it inside, he comes across in on Boss, and that's third or fourth save in a row he's made on AHU. AHU gets pulled through, and there's going to be a penalty coming up on the Knights, so the 3-on-3 will turn into a 4-on-3, and it'll be a power play as AHU was pulled down and drew the penalty. It's 4 minutes on the clock and rolling. I'm not sure if it's it's an interference call. It's going to be a penalty shot. Wow. Run time in the overtime, and AHU's given a penalty shot here for the trip. So AHU can end it, and Lucas grabs the puck on the faceoff dot, in on Trey Boss. AHU inside, save by Boss. So Boss now has made probably 5 straight saves on AHU, and we'll stay 3-on-3. 3:15. It's a run clock here in the overtime. 3-on-3. Neubauer, Marbin, and O'Hearn on defense. And this time the Knights control it off the faceoff. They lose it. Marbin's going to grab it and retreat back to O'Hearn. And he tries to go back to Marbin. It's now a little too far. Tepany now. Tepany and Lawrence and Reinhardt for the Knights. Marbin, Neubauer, and O'Hearn. O'Hearn on defense, not his first position, but Lawrence now up. Knights have it inside Sun Devils end. I believe that's Tepany for the Knights. Comes through one player, through two, backhands it in, and he's able to beat Argovitz through the legs. And the Knights win this one in overtime on a sudden death 3-on-3. Stephanie with the game-winning goal for the for the Knights. I believe there is a consolation game tomorrow. Trying to pull that up. There is. It'll be back on the same rink again tomorrow, 11:45. So that'll be the rematch of the last night's game, the Wave and the Sun Devils. So tomorrow we'll come back here, 11:45, for the consolation game. And that'll be 11:45 local time here